One last thing that we do need to talk about, and I really want to talk about this, is that, there's a lot of conversation on the surfaces in India, and we've also mentioned this in podcasts prior. There have been really sporting pitches thus far that we've seen in this series, right? Both Hyderabad and Vishakhapatnam. We saw that there was something for the seamers, something for the spinners. If you apply yourselves as batters, you're going to get runs. And in the Pro Sports podcast that I do in Urdu, I mentioned that point that we discussed about how Indian batters might not develop on those extremely spin-friendly wickets. And even though they've had success abroad, that is a crop of batters that did well on different kinds of pitches. And then they came up trumps in Australia and England and all of those nations. But when you have those extremely, those rank turners, dust bowls, maybe your own batters won't develop as well. Now we've seen good pitches. We've seen batters throwing away their wickets, so there is some merit in that conversation. And Saurav Ganguly tweeted that he's really happy with these pitches because he thinks that India have the pace bowling attack to thrive on any sort of surface. And again, he made the point of, this will allow batters to develop better. So, yeah, I mean, we've really come full circle, and I love the work the curators have done thus far.
Two brilliant pitches. Absolutely fantastic pitches. India had the team to win kind of on any surface, and they're still Indian wickets, right? Like, spinners weren't taken out of the game. Tom Hartley took a bunch of wickets in one of those games, right? So there's no lack of advantage, but those are the kinds of wickets that, and it's still a developing science / art, right? But those are the kinds of wickets we want all around the world, where the spinners have a go, the seamers have a go, the batters have a go. Not one lot of cricketers dominate the game. Right, the three major parts all play. All do that. You could play your shots. You can defend solidly. You can bowl pace. You can swing the ball, maybe even seam the ball a little bit. You can spin it. Just you can get some bounce off your spin. Okay, it will break up later, so the balls keep low. That for me is kind of what a Test match wicket should be, and we saw essentially two of them. So they've been fantastic wickets. And I think in the last few years, wickets have actually been a lot better. I think we are learning a lot more on how to do things. And there are some wickets that are always going to be one-dimensional, right? There's not much you can do about those sorts of wickets. But we are learning about what makes a better wicket. And hopefully with Hawkeye data, we've just got no excuses anymore to be in the dark age, right? We can have a look at this wicket and go, okay, what went wrong? Go back to the ground staff and say to them, what do you think went wrong or right here? Or how do you think you can replicate this next time? Or what tweaks would you make, having seen, and show the data. That's the future of cricket. That's what it should be. Even in the 80s and 90s, wickets weren't particularly good.